When life feels heavy and challenges seem to rise like towering waves, it's easy to forget the power you hold inside. Yet even in your darkest moments, you have a choice to feed your mind with thoughts that strengthen you rather than thoughts that weaken you. Positive thinking is not about pretending pain doesn't exist. It's about deciding that the pain will not control your destiny. It's looking at a storm and saying, "You will not sink me. I will rise above you." In difficult times, your mind becomes the soil where either weeds or flowers will grow. If you plant seeds of fear, doubt, and anger, they will take root. But if you plant seeds of hope, faith, and courage, they will bloom, even in the harshest winters. Your thoughts are the silent architects of your life. Every word you speak to yourself, every image you hold in your mind, is a brushstroke painting the reality you live in. You may not notice it moment by moment, but your mind is constantly sending out signals that shape how you feel, how you act, and what you attract. When you wake up in the morning and immediately think of all the things that could go wrong, you begin your day under a cloud. That cloud follows you, coloring the way you see the world. You walk into situations expecting disappointment, and so your mind unconsciously searches for it. Your body responds too. Shoulders tense, breathing becomes shallow, and your energy feels drained before the day even starts. This is not because life is inherently against you, but because your inner dialogue is setting the tone. Now imagine waking up and, before you even step out of bed, taking a deep breath and saying to yourself, "Something wonderful is on its way to me today." Instantly, you shift the lens through which you will see the hours ahead. Your mind becomes open, alert, and expectant of good things. You walk into the same situations, but now you notice opportunities instead of obstacles. You feel more at ease, more creative, more willing to smile. Your experience is not just what happens to you. It's also the meaning you give to what happens. Two people can face the exact same event and walk away with completely different feelings. One may see it as a disaster, the other may see it as a chance to grow. The difference lies not in the event itself, but in the thoughts wrapped around it. If your mind is filled with thoughts of lack, you will see lack everywhere. If your mind is filled with thoughts of abundance, you will see blessings even in simple moments. This is why it's not just about positive thinking in a shallow way. It's about deeply choosing the mental state you live from. Your thoughts are the seeds you plant in the garden of your life. Plant weeds of worry and fear, and you will see them spread. Plant seeds of joy, trust, and gratitude, and you will see them grow into beautiful experiences. The power of thought is not magic in the sense of snapping your fingers and having everything instantly appear. It is magic in the sense that it can turn your heart, your perception, and your energy in a direction that naturally attracts better outcomes. When you carry an inner belief that you are supported, loved, and capable, you begin to act in ways that align with that belief. You take opportunities you might have ignored before. You walk into rooms with confidence. You respond to challenges with clarity instead of panic. Your mind is like a magnet. What you consistently think about, you begin to draw toward yourself. Think about it when you dwell on problems. You become more aware of every small irritation, every little setback. But when you dwell on solutions, possibilities seem to appear as if they were always there, just waiting for you to notice them. Even in the most difficult seasons, you can choose thoughts that give you strength. It does not mean denying your feelings. It means deciding which thoughts will support your healing and growth. You can say, "This is hard, but I will find my way." You can remind yourself, "I've overcome challenges before, and I can do it again." These thoughts are not naive. They are powerful declarations of faith in yourself and in life. Over time, the thoughts you choose to feed will become the beliefs that run your life. This is why awareness is so important. Pay attention to the story you are telling yourself about your life. Are you speaking as a victim or as a creator? Are you describing your future with fear or with hope? If you don't like the story, you have the power to rewrite it. You might not be able to control every circumstance, but you can control how you think about it. And in changing your thoughts, you change how you feel, how you act, and ultimately what unfolds before you. Your inner world is the foundation of your outer world. Tend to it with care. So let this truth sink deep into you. Every thought is a choice. Every moment is an opportunity to think in a way that serves you rather than limits you. Choose thoughts that honor your strength. Choose thoughts that remind you of your worth. Choose thoughts that lift you into the version of yourself you've always wanted to be. Because the life you live is not just shaped by chance. It is shaped by the steady stream of thoughts flowing through your mind. And when you choose those thoughts with love, intention, and faith, you begin to create a reality that reflects the very best of who you are. Gratitude is more than a polite thank you or a moment of courtesy. It is a powerful force that can shift your entire state of being. It changes how you see the world, how you feel within yourself, and even how life responds to you. Gratitude transforms energy because it moves you out of a state of lack and into a state of abundance. It turns your attention away from what is missing and onto what is already here, already working, already blessing your life. When you focus on problems, your energy becomes heavy. You feel weighed down and the world seems dim. But when you focus on what you appreciate, a lightness begins to enter your mind and body. You can feel it in your chest, in your breath, in your overall mood. Gratitude acts like sunlight breaking through clouds. It brightens everything it touches. You may think, but I'm going through so much right now. What is there to be grateful for? The truth is, there is always something. Gratitude does not deny your struggles. It simply refuses to let them define your entire reality. Even in the hardest times, you can pause and find one small thing to appreciate: the warmth of a blanket, the taste of your favorite tea, the sound of laughter, the comfort of knowing someone cares about you. These moments may seem small, but they carry the power to shift your perspective and lift your spirit. Energy flows where attention goes. When your attention is on lack, your energy contracts. You begin to see more lack because your mind is tuned to it. But when you shift your attention to what you have, your energy expands. You begin to see possibilities where before there were only problems. You notice acts of kindness, moments of beauty, and opportunities for joy. This expansion of energy doesn't just change how you feel. It changes the choices you make, the actions you take, and the results you experience. Gratitude also has a way of multiplying what you appreciate. When you consistently acknowledge the good in your life, you create a vibration that attracts more good things. It is as if the universe hears you saying, "Wes, more of this, please," and responds accordingly. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about consciously creating the conditions for more positive experiences to flow into your life. When you practice gratitude, you are also practicing presence. You are training yourself to notice what is here in this moment rather than rushing past it or waiting for something better to happen. Life is happening now, not in some distant future. Gratitude allows you to fully receive the gift of the present moment. There will be times when gratitude feels hard, when pain or loss makes it difficult to see the good. In those moments, it's not about forcing yourself to feel grateful. It's about gently guiding your mind toward even the smallest glimmers of light. You can say to yourself, I am grateful for my breath. I am grateful for my body carrying me through this day. I am grateful for the lessons this challenge is teaching me, even if I don't fully understand them yet. This simple shift can keep you from sinking deeper into despair. Gratitude also has a healing effect on relationships. When you express appreciation to the people around you, you strengthen bonds and invite more kindness and support into your life. When you focus on the good in others, you create space for more understanding and compassion. Instead of constantly noticing flaws or mistakes, you begin to see their efforts, their love, and their presence as valuable. Your own relationship with yourself benefits from gratitude too. Many people spend so much time criticizing themselves, they forget to appreciate the qualities they already possess. What if you began to notice your strengths, your resilience, your creativity, and your ability to keep going despite challenges? What if you woke up in the morning and said, I am grateful for who I am becoming? This kind of self-directed gratitude builds confidence and inner peace. Gratitude transforms energy because it transforms you. It changes how you think, how you speak, and how you interact with the world. It dissolves resentment, fear, and jealousy, replacing them with trust, joy, and love. It allows you to see that even though life is not perfect, it is still full of blessings. The more you practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes. It starts as a conscious effort, writing in a journal, saying thank you, making lists of blessings. Over time, it becomes your automatic way of seeing the world. You find yourself noticing beauty in the ordinary, meaning the mundane, and hope in the uncertain. Gratitude will not erase all challenges, but it will give you the strength and perspective to face them. It turns what you have into enough, and from that place of enough, you can create even more. The energy of gratitude is an open door, inviting in peace, joy, and abundance. Once you begin living in that energy, you realize that you were never truly without. You just needed to shift your focus to see how much you already had. The words you speak to yourself are seeds. Every sentence, every thought, every quiet whisper within you is planting something in the garden of your mind. Over time, those seeds grow into the beliefs that shape how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and what you believe is possible for your life. This is why it is so important to speak life over yourself, especially when the world tries to speak otherwise. Many of us have spent years repeating words that tear us down. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I always fail. Nothing ever works out for me. These words may seem harmless in passing, but they are not. They carry energy. They carry weight. When repeated, they become the truth you live by, not because they are actually true, but because you have reinforced them until they feel real. When you speak life over yourself, you begin to replace those old, limiting phrases with words that heal, uplift, and empower. You start saying things like, I am capable, I am worthy, I am learning and growing every day. I trust that my life is moving in the right direction. At first, it may feel strange or even false, especially if you have been unkind to yourself for a long time. But the more you speak these truths, the more they take root, and soon they begin to blossom in your actions, your choices, and your confidence. Speaking life over yourself is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which reality you want to strengthen. If you constantly speak about your limitations, you will see more of them. If you speak about your strengths, you will begin to see and use them more often. Words are like mirrors. They reflect back to you the version of yourself you are choosing to acknowledge. Your mind listens to every word you speak, whether aloud or silently. When you say, I can't, your brain stops looking for solutions. When you say, I can figure this out, your brain immediately begins to search for possibilities. This is the power of self-talk. It directs your mind toward either giving up or finding a way forward. Life will give you enough challenges without you becoming your own enemy. There will always be voices outside trying to tell you who you are and what you cannot do. You don't have to let your inner voice join them. Instead, make your inner voice the loudest supporter you have. Let it be the voice that says, "Wes, you can. Keep going. You are stronger than you think." Speaking life over yourself is especially powerful in moments of difficulty. When you are faced with loss, disappointment, or fear, it is easy to speak words of defeat. But those are the moments when your words matter most. You can choose to say, "This is the end for me," or you can say, "This is a chapter, not my whole story. I will rise from this." The first choice keeps you stuck. The second choice opens the door to healing and new beginnings. The words you speak also carry vibration into the world. When you speak with faith, confidence, and hope, you send out a frequency that attracts people, opportunities, and circumstances that match your words. When you speak with self-doubt, fear, and despair, you invite more of those experiences into your life. This is why affirmations are so powerful. They are not just words. They are a declaration of the energy you are choosing to live in. If you want to transform your life, begin by transforming your language. Pay attention to what you say about yourself daily. Catch the phrases that limit you and replace them with ones that expand you. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible with money," say, "I am learning to manage my money wisely." Instead of saying, "I'm unlucky in love," say, "I am attracting healthy, loving relationships." Every time you make this shift, you are reprogramming your mind toward a new reality. Remember, speaking life over yourself is not a one-time act. It's a daily practice. Just like a plant needs water consistently to grow, your mind needs positive, life-giving words regularly to thrive. Some days you may feel tired or discouraged, but those are the days your words matter even more. Speak life. Even if your voice shakes, speak life, even if you don't see immediate results. Speak life until it becomes your natural way of being. And with time, you will begin to notice the change, not just in how you feel, but in what shows up in your life. You will carry yourself differently. You will make choices that align with your worth. You will look back and realize that the person you used to be is no longer here, because you spoke her into existence, you nurtured her, and you believed in her before anyone else did. So let your words be your medicine, your light, and your guide. Speak life over yourself and watch as your world begins to reflect the beauty, strength, and possibility you have always carried within you. Life is full of things you cannot control: the weather, the economy, other people's choices, unexpected events that arrive without warning. When you spend your energy trying to change what is beyond your reach, you end up feeling powerless, frustrated, and drained. But when you focus on what you can control, you reclaim your power. You begin to see that while you may not be able to shape every circumstance, you can always shape your response. Focusing on what you can control is an act of self-preservation. It protects your mental and emotional energy from being wasted on battles you cannot win. You cannot remake someone you with kindness, but you can choose to walk away from toxic situations. You cannot stop every obstacle from showing up, but you can decide how to approach it, with fear or with courage. These are the choices that matter, because they are the ones you truly have. When you shift your focus inward, you begin to notice the areas where you actually have influence. You can control your thoughts, your attitude, your habits, your boundaries, and your willingness to learn and grow. These are not small things. They are the building blocks of your life. If you spend your energy cultivating them, you become stronger, calmer, and more prepared for whatever comes your way. It's easy to get caught up in the what ifs and should haves. You replay conversations in your head, imagining different outcomes. You worry about future problems that might never happen. You compare yourself to others and feel behind. All of this pulls your mind into places where you have no power. Into the past, which you cannot change, and into the future, which you cannot fully control. The only place your power exists is in the present moment. Focusing on what you can control is a daily practice. It means noticing when your thoughts are spiraling into areas you can't change and gently bringing yourself back to the things you can influence right now. Instead of saying, "I wish that person would apologize," you can say, "I can choose to forgive and release my own resentment." Instead of saying, "I hope nothing bad happens tomorrow," you can say, "I will prepare myself the best I can and trust that I can handle whatever comes." One of the most freeing truths in life is realizing that you do not have to fix everything or everyone. You are responsible for your own energy, your own behavior, and your own path. This doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you understand the boundary between your role and theirs. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you create space for peace. Your habits are a perfect example of something you can control. You can decide what you eat, how you move your body, how you spend your mornings, and what information you feed your mind. Small, consistent actions in these areas will do far more to change your life than endless worrying about things outside of your reach. Your attitude is another area of control. You may not feel positive every moment, but you can choose not to let negativity take over. You can choose to see challenges as lessons, failures as stepping stones, and delays as opportunities to prepare for something better. This is not pretending everything is perfect. It is deciding to focus your energy where it can actually make a difference. Even your self-talk is within your control. The words you speak to yourself shape how you feel and how you act. If your inner voice is constantly criticizing and doubting you, you will move through life with fear. But if you train that voice to encourage and support you, you will face difficulties with greater confidence. When you focus on what you can control, you also become more adaptable. Life will always throw surprises your way, but you will stop feeling like a victim of them. You will meet challenges with the mindset of, "What can I do about this right now?" Instead of, "Why is this happening to me?" That simple shift puts you in a position of power rather than helplessness. There is peace in letting go of the rest. When you stop clinging to the need to control everything, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. You learn to trust the process of life, knowing that you can handle your part and let the rest unfold as it will. Some things are meant to be guided by forces bigger than you. Timing, destiny, the paths of other people. Your role is to take care of your own space in the world and meet each moment with the best of yourself. So release what is beyond your reach. Stop pouring energy into trying to shape things that were never yours to shape. Instead, invest in what you can touch, what you can change, and what you can nurture: your thoughts, your actions, your daily choices, your response to life. When you make this shift, you will feel lighter. You will find strength in the fact that no matter what happens, you have power over your own mind, your own heart, and your own path forward. And that is where your true freedom lies. Trusting the process of life means surrendering to the understanding that everything unfolds in its own perfect timing, even when that timing does not match your plans. It is choosing to believe that every step, every delay, every twist in the road is leading you somewhere meaningful. Life has a rhythm, And when you stop resisting it, you begin to move in harmony with it. There are moments when you will feel impatient, wondering why something you deeply want has not yet arrived. You may question if you are doing something wrong or if life has forgotten you. But what often feels like a delay is actually preparation. There are lessons to be learned, strength to be built, and inner shifts that need to happen before your desire can be fully received. If it came too soon, you might not be ready to hold it. The process is not punishing you. It is preparing you. Trusting the process also means accepting that not everything will go according to your expectations. Sometimes, what you thought was your dream will fall apart, only to make space for something better. You may not see it at first, but life often redirects you away from what would have limited you towards something that will expand you. That is why trust is essential. You must believe that even closed doors can be blessings in disguise. This trust is not blind. It comes from recognizing patterns in your own life. Think about moments when you faced disappointment, only to later realize it was the best thing that could have happened. Think about the unexpected opportunities that appeared when you least expected them. These are reminders that life often knows more than you do about what you truly need. Trusting the process does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means doing your part with dedication and heart while letting go of the need to control every outcome. You plant the seed, you water it, you give it sunlight, but you cannot force it to grow faster than it is meant to. The same is true for your dreams. You put in the work, you stay consistent, you keep your vision alive, and then you allow life to handle the timing. This way of living also invites peace into your life. When you stop fighting against what is and start trusting that it is part of a larger plan, you free yourself from constant worry. You no longer need to chase after everything or push against every obstacle. You begin to move with exhausting yourself, swimming against it. There will be seasons that feel slow, where nothing seems to be changing. These are often the seasons of growth beneath the surface. Just like a tree grows its roots before it reaches for the sky, you may be strengthening your foundation before life allows you to rise. Patience is not simply waiting, it is trusting while you wait. There will also be seasons of loss, where things you thought you needed are taken from you. In those moments, it is easy to feel abandoned or unlucky. But trust reminds you that what leaves creates space for something new. Even endings are beginnings in disguise. Trusting the process of life requires faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your journey, and faith in something greater than you. Whether you call it the universe, divine guidance, or simply the wisdom of life itself, there is a force always moving you toward growth and expansion. Even when the road feels unclear, that force is still working in your favor. It is natural to feel fear when you cannot see the next step. But trust invites you to take the step anyway, knowing the path will reveal itself as you move forward. You don't need to see the entire staircase to climb it. You only need to see the next step. When you trust, you stop measuring your worth by how quickly things happen. You understand that slow growth is still growth. You stop comparing your journey to others because you know that everyone's path has its own timing and lessons. What is meant for you will not pass you by, and what is not meant for you will not stay. The process of life is like a tapestry. You may only see one thread at a time, but each one is part of a bigger, more beautiful picture. Trust allows you to keep weaving, even when you can't see the final design. So release the need to rush. Release the belief that you must control every detail. Show up every day, do your best, and let life do the rest. You will find that when you stop forcing and start trusting, the right things come to you more naturally, often in ways far better than you could have planned. The process is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. And when you trust it, you discover that life has been guiding you all along. Holding a vision of a better tomorrow is an act of courage. It is choosing to believe in possibilities even when your current reality gives you reasons to doubt. It is keeping your eyes and heart focused on where you want to go rather than getting lost in where you are. Your vision is not just a dream. It is a guiding light, something that pulls you forward when life feels heavy or uncertain. When you hold a vision, you give your mind a direction. Without it, you drift. With it, you begin to align your thoughts, choices, and energy toward a future that feels meaningful to you. The vision becomes a compass, quietly influencing your daily actions and helping you recognize opportunities when they appear. You may not know exactly how you will get there, but you know where you are headed, and that clarity matters. It is easy to lose sight of a better tomorrow when today feels hard. Challenges, setbacks, and disappointments can cloud your belief in what's possible. But a vision is most powerful when you hold it in the face of difficulty. Anyone can dream when things are going well. True vision is choosing to believe when you have every reason to give up. That belief keeps you moving forward, step by step, even if those steps are small. Holding a vision does not mean pretending everything is perfect right now. It means acknowledging the present without surrendering to it. You can accept where you are while still working toward where you want to be. You can say, "This is my current reality, but it is not my final reality." That mindset frees you from feeling trapped by temporary circumstances. Your vision is also a reminder of why you keep going. On days when motivation runs low, your vision can reignite your purpose. It can remind you that the work you are doing today, even if it feels insignificant, is building towards something bigger. Seeds take time to grow, and every action you take in alignment with your vision is another seed planted. Sometimes your vision will evolve as you grow. The future you imagine today may shift as you gain new experiences and insights. That is not a sign that you were wrong. It is a sign that you are expanding. Allow your vision to adapt with you. Life will sometimes surprise you with possibilities even greater than what you first imagined. To hold a vision is also to protect it. Not everyone will understand your dreams, and that's okay. You do not need permission from others to believe in what you see for yourself. Guard your vision for negativity, doubt, and fear. Surround yourself with people, ideas, and environments that support and encourage your growth. What you feed your mind will either strengthen your vision or weaken it. Visualization can make your vision feel more real. Take moments each day to close your eyes and imagine yourself living that better tomorrow. See it in detail, where you are, who you're with, how you feel, what you're doing. The more vividly you can imagine it, the more your mind begins to believe it is possible, and the more naturally your actions will align with making it real. A vision is not only for personal gain, it can also be about the difference you want to make in the lives of others. Holding a vision of a better tomorrow can mean envisioning a kinder world, a stronger community, or a future where your loved ones are safe and thriving. When your vision includes something bigger than yourself, it becomes even more powerful because it's fueled by love and purpose. There will be times when progress feels slow and you may question whether your vision will ever materialize. In those moments, remind yourself that change often happens quietly before it becomes visible. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean nothing is happening. Trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer. The beauty of holding a vision is that it shapes not just your future, but your present. When you believe in a better tomorrow, You carry yourself differently today. You speak with more hope, you act with more intention, and you treat challenges as part of the journey rather than signs to stop. Your vision is like a lighthouse. It doesn't move, but it guides you through storms. As long as you keep your eyes on it, you will always find your way forward. So hold your vision close. Nurture it with belief, protect it with intention, and move toward it with persistence. Even if the road is long, the vision will give you the strength to keep walking. One day, you will look around and realize that the future you once imagined is the life you are living, and it will have been worth every step.